My people, this one is a story that has been moving everywhere since morning, and it's one that has truly touched many hearts. Reports are coming in from both Yobe and Katsina State, where crowds came out in large numbers, dancing, clapping, and shouting for joy after suspected bandits were captured. The atmosphere was full of relief, excitement, and strong emotion because these are places that have been facing insecurity for a long time. Please, before we continue, take 1 second and like this video. It really helps the channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future updates. Now, let's talk about what happened. In different communities across Yobe and Katsina, people woke up to the news that several men believed to be part of a bandit group were caught. According to local sources, these suspects had been terrorizing nearby villages, taking livestock, attacking travelers, and disturbing the peace. So, when the news broke that they had finally been captured, the people could not hold back their joy. Videos started circulating showing large groups of residents celebrating in the streets, waving their hands, some even singing songs of victory, thanking the security forces and their local vigilante groups for what they called a long-awaited breakthrough. Imagine living for years in fear, sleeping at night with one eye open, always worried about who might come knocking. That's how many of these villagers have lived. So you can understand why the excitement was so loud, but at the same time, authorities have been reminding everyone to stay calm and to allow the law to take its full course. And that's an important point, because as much as people feel joy, the suspects still have to go through proper investigation. We must always remember that the justice system must handle every case carefully and fairly. But let's be honest, the celebration you see is not just about this particular arrest. It's the emotion of years of frustration and helplessness. For too long, many families have lost loved ones, homes, and businesses to criminal attacks. Some farmers couldn't even go to their farms. Some children couldn't go to school because of fear. So, when something like this happens, it feels like a victory for the entire community. And while people were jubilating, security forces were working hard to make sure there was order and that suspects were safely taken into custody. Please, if you are enjoying this gist, just take a quick moment and like this video right now. It helps this platform grow so that we can continue bringing you clear and balanced reports from all corners of Nigeria. And don't forget to subscribe if you love real news told in a way you can easily understand. Now, moving on. Many security officers have said that the recent arrests are part of ongoing operations to clear bandit camps and restore peace in the north. They say that both military and police teams have been working together with local vigilantes to track down criminal elements hiding in forests and remote communities. These efforts have led to the recovery of weapons, motorbikes, and other items used by the suspects. For the people of Yobe and Katsina, this is a good sign that progress is being made. But let's also remember, the issue of insecurity in that region is not something that started yesterday. It's been a growing problem over the years, linked to poverty, unemployment, and lack of education in some rural areas. Many young men with no opportunities are easily lured into these criminal activities, and that's why experts keep saying that while arrests are important, we must also deal with the root causes. If we don't create jobs and give young people hope, the problem may continue even after some suspects are caught. Still, this moment means something deep for the people. They have cried for help for years. They have watched their communities fall silent in fear. So this celebration shows how desperate Nigerians are for peace and safety. You can even hear people shouting things like "Thank God" and "Justice has come" in the background of the videos. That's how emotional it was. But security officers were seen controlling the crowd, urging people to go home peacefully and allow investigations to continue. It's also important to mention that labeling is a sensitive matter. Some reports refer to the suspects as Fulani Bandits, but that doesn't mean every Fulani person is involved in crime. There are millions of peaceful, hard-working Fulani families across the country who also suffer from these same attacks. So we must be careful not to generalize. What we are dealing with are criminals, not an entire tribe or ethnic group. That's why the language we use matters. Peace comes when justice is fair and balanced, not when we create new divisions among ourselves. And please, my people, while you are watching, just remember to like this video if you haven't done so. It keeps this channel growing so we can continue to bring you true, unbiased, and positive updates. Also, turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when new news drops. Now, as we continue, think about the courage it takes for ordinary villagers to stand up against bandits. These are people who, for a long time, lived in fear. But now, With growing cooperation between communities and security agencies, they are starting to believe they can take back their land. That confidence is spreading, and it's making a real difference. Many people say that this cooperation is the reason why arrests like this are becoming more successful. At the same time, security experts are warning communities not to take the law into their own hands. It is very easy for mob justice to start when emotions are high, and that can lead to innocent people being hurt. That's why the police are always encouraging residents to hand over suspects rather than try to punish them directly. We must always allow the law to work, because when the law works, peace follows. Now, imagine what it means for a child who has grown up hearing gunshots almost every week, suddenly waking up one morning and seeing everyone happy, dancing, and clapping in the streets. That memory will stay with that child forever. It reminds them that hope is still possible. That's the kind of change we all want to see in Nigeria, a change that brings joy, not fear. Once again, if you're still watching, I really appreciate you. Please like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Tell us, if this kind of thing happened in your community, if people who had been disturbing your peace were finally caught, how would you react? Would you celebrate? Would you be calm and wait for justice? Let's hear your opinion below, because your voice matters. So as it stands, the captures in Yobe and Katsina are being seen as a major success for both the people and the authorities. Some reports even mention that many other suspects are now being trailed as security agencies intensify their patrols. There is a new feeling of hope, and people believe this could be the beginning of a stronger, more peaceful environment in the north.